horse that heads the weights here, Take the Breeze. Looked good winning at Newbury earlier on. 40 to 1. I could see him being in the 3, funny enough. 7 is my number. Disappointed last time, but he does go on the ground. If he's back to early form, he got a chance 25 to 1. Hey Big Spender. Joe Tizard and his dad Colin won the bumper last night with Q Card. Looked really impressive. He's got a chance. Lennon B got 1 or 2 little bits of form to give him a shout. Good strong type. And Gerard ran in the champion hurdle last year. Ted 14 to 1.
Yeah, he'd appreciate the quick ground. He likes quick ground. He won a grade 1 as a novice on quick ground. And you have China Rock there, we just spoke about. And Nicanor, of course, he's a big chance here on good, better ground might improve him. Lost his way a bit. He's the one horse to beat 10 man here in the Son of Lions. And on his best form, he's well treated. Yeah,
Fiendish Flame at the top there. He's been up and had a spin round. Musselburgh. Awesome George jumps really well. Charlie Huxley gets on well with him. And Copper Bleu, really hard. Comes from a stable in form. He's got a weight that he could win off in this.
And moving on down, number 11 is Doorboy for Howard Johnson. A horse who made good progress this season. He was third to Fiendish Flame. He's handicapped to dead heat, but whether they'll be quite good enough, the two of them, remains to be seen. The Midnight Club, Ted, Willie Mullins for Paul Townend.
Yeah, I saw a few horses schooling at Naas recently. I thought this fella caught my eye a bit. He went around with Willie's better novices. I'd give him an each way chance. He wants every yard of the trip, though. 2.5 is plenty short enough for him.
Daystream showed plenty of potential when he won on his debut over fences, but he's been a little bit disappointing since, and he needs to step up on what he did last time, for all that he came up against a good horse in Tasbar. Other mix of Tom George's, made little impact in the champion hurdle and Aintree hurdle last season. His form over fences is all right to suggest he can win a race, but you wouldn't really fancy him to win a handicap like this. And finally, the Hollingwell, a great big horse who's been making good progress. My only worry about him not going well will be the ground. His improvement this season has been on much softer going than he's got today.
Working title's not all that big. Went up and finished behind Fiendish Flame. Had a spin round up in Scotland. Rivalist, as I said, 13 to 2 favourite. If he wins, well, it'll be a really good effort for a 5-year-old. Gansey jumps well, needs to improve. Thanks for that. The tallest of Nicky Henderson's 3 looks really trained for the moment for Andrew Tinkler. And King's Forest, a really nice looking horse this. Emma Lavelle always buys a good type, and this one certainly looks well.
Course in the betting ring, positives for Hey Big Spender and Dave's Dream, and negative for the Hollingwell. And on the exchanges, there's been a move for the Midnight Club and Dave's Dream, negatives to Hollingwell and Nicanor. Really competitive race, 2 miles and 5 furlongs. As Alistair was saying, we're on the new course today. It's a longer course, and in the home straight there'll be two fences to jump as opposed to 1 over the first 2 days. Away they go, and once again the Cheltenham Roar sends them on their way. And Fiendish Flame on the near side of Othermix, and Gansey out wide are the early leaders. Leonard Bain is close up as well with Dave's Dream. Jared is a faller at the first, and Nicanor was slightly hampered as they go on towards the second. Gansey from Fiendish Flame as they take the second fence. They're all safely over that. Nicanor now at the back of the field. We'll just check on Tony McCoy, who took that fall at the first fence. We'll try and update you on his well-being. He's being looked at the moment. Gansey leading over the third from Fiendish Flame. Then Tanks for that in third place. There is the champion jockey. Let's hope he can recover from that first fence fall. He's made of stern stuff. Usually he dusts himself down eventually. Gansey and Fiendish Flame re-released in third place in the Jim Lewis Best Made Colours. Othermix is fourth, then Tanks for that and Working Title and Hey Big Spender towards the outside. They're pretty well strung out. 7 is my number, is well out the back at the moment as they go towards the next, and Gansey will take it first from Fiendish Flame and re-released, and Tanks for that, who didn't jump it too fluently. The Hollingwell in a green jacket is about fourth last at the moment. Awesome George and King's Forest also towards the rear. Happy to report that Tony McCoy is on his feet and seems okay after that first fence fall from Jared. We've lost Leonard Bain at that fence. Leonard Bain is a faller. So Tony McCoy walking away, and albeit a little gingerly, but he'll be back later in the afternoon. Gansey and Fiendish Flame on towards the next. Gansey, Fiendish Flame re-released. Tanks for that and Working Title. Then Othermix up the inside from Hey Big Spender, Doorboy and Dave's Dream, and China Rock out wide in the yellow and red jacket. And they're followed by the Midnight Club. A spectacular jump there by the leader Gansey over that. Towards the rear, Copper Bleu, also Take the Breeze, 7 is my number. Awesome George and the Hollingwell and King's Forest. And Nicanor is tailing off, having been hampered at the first. We can see that now. Jared going down, and there's Nicanor. Was hampered by Tony McCoy, gave the champion jockey an extra roll there. Could have been really nasty that. They're in the back straight. Fiendish Flame and Gansey on the near side. Thanks for that in the maroon jacket. Rivali still close up, took it third. The grey on the right is Othermix, followed by Working Title and Door Boy. Out wide, Hey Big Spender. And the other rider is All Right. That was Paddy Flood, of course, who came to grief from Lenabane. He's okay. The Hollingwell on the right there, the green jacket, certainly got work to do at the moment in the hands of Graham Lee, as they now race on to an open ditch. And Fiendish Flame against all Reva Least hit that hard. And Ruby Walsh just had to sit pretty tight there on Reva Least as they go on towards another plain one. Fiendish Flame and Jason Maguire, of course, who won yesterday on Peddler's Cross. Some of the jumping at the back getting erratic. Awesome George was far from fluent. The whip is out on the Hollingwell. Racing now to the open ditch going up the hill. Fiendish Flame, Gansey, Hey Big Spender into third. And then China Rock and Othermix. A stumble on landing there, the Midnight Club. Could easily have unseated the rider. Reva Least is sharing about 7th with Door Boy, and now Copper Bleu making ground on the inside as they jump the next plain fence. And there, gone, I think, Hey Big Spender. Yes, Hey Big Spender has unseated the rider. Joe Tizard on the deck. Of course, Joe won the last race yesterday. Those are the ups and downs of the game. Fiendish Flame from China Rock, Othermix and Reva Least in 4th place. And Ruby Walsh seems to be going well again now after that earlier blunder, followed then by Gansey on the retreat. Door Boy was a faller there at the 4th last. Fiendish Flame still in front. China Rock in 2nd. Slippers Madam getting closer. Then Reva Least into 3rd on the outside of Othermix. A gap to the Midnight Club and Copper Bleu. This is the 3rd last fence. Fiendish Flame didn't get all that high there. Othermix on the inside. The grey in the headgear. China Rock. Then Reva Least now being pushed along. Copper Bleu on the inside. And the Midnight Club as they race round the final turn then in the Jewson. And Fiendish Flame with Othermix up the inside. Copper Bleu could yet play a part here. In 3rd place, being produced by Richard Johnson for the Inform Philip Hobbs team as they race down towards the 2nd last. And Copper Bleu now drives through between Othermix and Fiendish Flame. Copper Bleu led at the 2nd last. Back in 4th, China Rock, then the Midnight Club and Reva Least. And now racing for the last is Copper Bleu by 2 lengths to Othermix. Another good jump needed though. Copper Bleu and Othermix is back on terms on landing. Then the Midnight Club running on. Copper Bleu idling, tying up a bit. Othermix switched to the far side as Copper Bleu is hanging all over the shop, but he's finding a little bit more now in the hands of Richard Johnson, and there's no stronger jockey in the saddle, and it's Copper Bleu goes on to win from Othermix in 2nd. The Midnight Club is 3rd. China Rock 4, followed by 7 is my number, Fiendish Flame, Reva Least, and then Take the Breeze and King's Forest. And a long gap to Dave's Dream, Gansey, Working Title, and Awesome George looks as though it's been pulled up. So at 12-1, Richard Johnson is 2nd winner of the week, having won the opener on the first day, of course, aboard Menora. And here, going to the last, Copper Bleu, just needing another good jump, but Othermix lands alongside, and then he begins to wander under pressure going up the hill and has to be really galvanized by the man aboard. But Richard Johnson is one of the strongest in a finish riding in the country, and he gets that bit extra out of Copper Bleu. Othermix almost having a nip at Copper Bleu's tail there.
Well, Richard Johnson, the smile says it all. He was close in the Supreme Novices. He's done it today.
Yeah, he ran really well last year, and I always felt in that form that he had a good chance today. I think the tongue tie has definitely helped him, and you know, he's definitely an improver.
He jumped better today.
He did, and I think the extra trip just helped him. I probably, if anything, got to front a bit too soon. He was having a good look around up the running, but he kept going well, and it's just fantastic to have another winner.
You did have a good old wander around the place coming up after the last.
He did. It's a funny old place when you're on your own. You just hope that line will come quickly enough, but to be fair to him, he wasn't really stopping. He was just looking at everything around him.
And it is great to have winners here, isn't it?
Oh, it's fantastic. There's no better feeling.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
Copper Bleu, fourth in the Supreme Novices to go native a year ago, goes 3 better here under Richard Jewson. The 12-1 joint fifth favourite.